Okay, let's just dive right in. If you run retreats or really any kind of mission-driven business, you know the feeling, that heavy, kind of frustrating dread when you sit down to write an email to your community. It just feels like a chore, and you're not even sure if it's working. Well, we're going to rethink that whole problem today.
Sound familiar? This is maybe the number one thing we hear. You feel like you're just saying the same stuff over and over. And you start to worry, is this boring? Is it too salesy? Trust me, you are so not alone in feeling this.
So naturally, you assume you've got a content problem. You think, ugh, if I just had more ideas or more topics or something new to write about, this would all be so much easier. But what if that's not the real issue at all?
And here is the big reframe. The struggle isn't about a lack of content. It's an articulation problem. It's actually a sign that the core thinking, the very heart of the retreat itself, isn't quite clear enough to be talked about in different ways over time.
This is why email feels so much harder than, say, posting on social media. A single Instagram post can just exist on its own. It's a snapshot. But email is different, isn't it? Because it's sequential, one message after another, it basically acts like a mirror, and it very quickly shows any gaps or fuzzy spots in your core message.
So let's put a name on this idea: sequenced articulation. It just means thinking of your emails not as one-off announcements, but more like chapters in a story. Each one has to connect to the last one and build toward this clear, bigger picture. When that story arc is clear, it's magical. When it's not, well, that's when people just quietly tune out.
Now, to really get why this matters so much, we have to step into the shoes of someone who's actually thinking about coming to your retreat. It's a really unique kind of decision, and it happens at its own special pace.
And here's the absolute truth of it. People don't impulse buy retreats. It's not like buying a pair of socks. They book because, over time, something just slowly settles in for them. They think about it, they talk it over with their partner, they look at their finances, their vacation time, their own readiness. It's a deep, personal, internal process.
And this is exactly why email is the perfect, and I mean perfect, medium for retreats. It totally respects that slow pace. It gives people the breathing room they need for that internal journey. It lets your ideas land gently, and it builds trust patiently, one message at a time, without ever feeling pushy.
So knowing it's this slow, considered decision, that brings us to the single biggest mistake that so many well-meaning retreat leaders make. They try to rush it. They jump straight to high-pressure sales tactics way before that foundation of trust has even been laid.
This feeling is what your potential guest is searching for. They're not looking for more facts or another countdown timer. They are looking for reassurance. They want to feel seen and understood and totally confident that your retreat is the right space for them at this exact moment in their life.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got all the pushing tactics. Urgency, only 3 spots left, constant reminders. But on the right, you have the reassuring approach. This is all about communicating safety, depth, and real trust. The goal isn't to persuade someone, it's to reassure the person who's already leaning in.
Now, once you start thinking this way, it also helps us solve another huge source of anxiety for so many of us: how often we should be sending our emails.
Come on, we have all asked this question, right? Is it once a week? Twice a month? Am I emailing too much? Too little? The truth is, this question gets us all focused on the wrong thing. It's a distraction from what really matters. So here's the much, much better question to ask yourself. Does every single email I send, no matter when I send it, feel like it's coming from the same core idea, the same soul, the same why? See how that shifts the focus from quantity right back to the clarity of your thinking. And this table just makes the impact so obvious. When your articulation is clear, even if you only email once a month, those emails feel connected. Repetition feels grounding and familiar, not boring. But when your thinking is unclear, your emails just feel scattered and random. And that's when people disengage. Your email will either amplify your coherence or it will expose your fragmentation.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. When you make this fundamental shift, your entire relationship with email marketing transforms. It stops being this heavy, effortful thing you have to do, and it becomes something else entirely.
Here's the path forward. It all starts with getting crystal clear on what your retreat truly stands for. Then you practice articulating that same thinking over and over. You build a whole system where your social media, your ads, your website, your emails, they're all singing from the same hymn sheet. And when that happens, email stops feeling like a chore and it starts feeling like a natural, effortless flow.
And that right there is the core takeaway. If you remember one thing, let it be this. Your email marketing is simply an extension of your thinking. If that thinking is clear and confident and coherent, your emails will be too. If it's not, well, there's no email tactic or template in the world that can hide it for long.
So we'll leave you with this final, really powerful question to take with you. The next time you sit down to write, before you even think about a subject line, before you think about a button, just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself this one simple thing. Get clear on that answer first, and you might be surprised at how easily the words begin to flow.